Hey, welcome back everybody. So for years now, I've been watching YouTubers like Jackman Works and many others build things with pallets. In the past, I've avoided building with pallets because I felt like it'd be an enormous amount of work, but not a lot of reward. So when I came across these pallets the other day for free, I just couldn't turn them down. So I think this is a perfect opportunity to try building something out of pallet wood and seeing if it's worth the effort. So just to sort of fill you in a little bit, I actually got 11 free pallets. And I think the majority of them are hardwood. So let's go ahead and start ripping these apart and then we'll see what we can do. So for this project, I'm actually just going to be using the slats of the pallets. I'm not going to be actually using the frame portion. So I don't need really long pieces, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the slats without having to remove any of the nails. So there's a lot of ways you can take apart pallets, and you can actually take the slats off and pull out all the nails. You can take a Sawzall and cut the nails and then knock out the nails. But I think for this project it'll be just as well just to cut out all the slats and not have to remove any of the nails whatsoever, and then we can take them into the shop and joint and plane the lumber and see what we can come up with from that. So I'm finding that my circular saw works really well just to cut the slats out really quickly, and it's not a ton of work, to be honest with you. So this pile I was able to get just out of 3 pallets, so that's quite a bit of material, I think, just for a few minutes of cutting with the circular saw. It's going to be fun to see how this stuff looks once we get it milled up. Seems to me that the pallet slats come in 2 different sizes. I'll measure them when we get back in the shop and we'll see what the dimensions of those are, but pretty much all 3 pallets are different wood but are all the same width. The pallet slats are the same width. Well, overall, I'd say it's not too bad of a day's work. There's all sorts of different wood species in here. I'm definitely not the best at identification. If you're skilled at identifying wood and you can tell me what some of these species are, I'd love to hear from you. I mean, I suspect some of this is oak, maybe cherry, maybe hickory. There's definitely some softwoods in here as well. I think for the project that I'm going to be doing with this, I'm just going to sort of randomly mix the material together and laminate it. I'll try to give you guys a few different views so maybe you can see the end grain a little bit better. So this is going to be a little bit of a mini series on how to take a pallet and turn it into some nice lumber. In the next video, I'm going to take this material and check it for any metal that could be in the wood and then run it through the planer. We're going to get a really nice, perfectly smooth surface on the on the faces of the material, and it'll be a lot easier to tell what kind of material it is. Once we have nice smooth faces on the material, then we're going to actually edge joint it. Get one perfectly straight edge on one of the edges of the material, and then we can actually mill it into whatever size we choose to mill it into. Once it's milled into the size we want, then we can actually cut it to length and start to laminate the material together. I think it'll be a really fun project. I'm in a lot of need for a desk for doing my video editing, and I'm thinking about turning this material into a desktop. I was thinking of actually making it into a end grain desktop, where the actual end grain of the wood is facing the surface of the desk, or facing up on the surface of the desk. So let me know what you guys think of the pallet wood project and using pallet wood in your projects. I'd love to hear some of the projects that you've completed using pallet material. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Hey, a lot of you guys haven't seen the chicken coop I recently built. I'd love for you guys to check that out. I'm going to put a link at the end screen here. I spent a lot of time building that coop, and not a lot of people actually watched the video. So I'm really proud of it. It's completely off the grid, solar powered. The solar power actually automates the door and also a lay light inside. So I'd love you guys to check that out. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, or consider subscribing at least. Check out some of the other videos we have. We have projects on building a treadle lathe, on building a workbench, and a whole series on building French cleats. So anyhow, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.